I'm at the footbridge which joins the end of Lydding Road with the end of Shaftsbury Avenue near the synagogue. This is the footbridge over the Wealdstone Brook. That's a small weir. You can hear the water is flowing quite nicely today, even though we've been in a drought for 2 months. The water is clear. The water is not smelling. I'm going to take you down the river, the Wealdstone Brook. I'm now walking from the Shaftsbury Avenue bridge down towards the Falcon Way bridge. This stretch of the river is concreted at the base. It's bricked 8 foot high, 6 foot high at the walls, and you can see that there's a lot of vegetation in the sense of floating leaves in the river today. The base of the river is concrete. There's a lot of stones, rubble, which have been put in when this brook was widened and deepened back in the late 1980s, late 1970s, early 1980s. And you can see that there is a bend in the river here. This is the section which runs at the back of the gardens of Brookfield Crescent, and on the right hand side is the grounds of Uxingdon Manor Primary School. The banks are quite well established. There's a lot of vegetation. The water is quite shallow all the way along, but in places it is a bit deeper, as you will see when we come up to this weir. It seems as though the place behind the weirs and in front of the weirs is deeper, but in fact the water here is shallow, probably about 2 or 3 inches deep in most places. There are some overhanging trees like this one here, where the vegetation has got caught up. I'm now moving across to a slightly narrower, deeper section of the brook. And as we go down the river, you can see that it spreads out a little bit. As I say, it's in places it's actually fairly deep. I would say about anything up to 6 inches deep. Where it's narrowed, you can see there's a lot of brickwork in the river. The banks here are walkable on, or down the bottom here are walkable on. Here is the weir. Just want to indicate to you that it is quite deep in this place. There is unfortunately a stone here which I can tread on and make my way down the river. Just about accomplished that. There's a lot of brambles overhanging, and as I move down the river, I'm just going to move across because I want to indicate to you that there are sections of the river where silt is accumulated and plants are beginning to get established. Here's one, and you can see some of the plants have actually started to grow here. Looks like tomato plants to me. And then if we go further down, we'll just go back and show you that section here. Quite a nice bank. We go further down, the river is quite clear. There is a bit of algal growth in the base here. I'm walking across to indicate to you that there's quite a bit of algal accumulation both in the river and on the sides. And obviously it's very slippery and you have to be very careful. Anyway, there we go. That goes all the way down to the Falcon Way bridge. Solid banks, solid brick wall going up, just about my height here, and a solid base. So anything we do is going to have to take that into account. And I just want to end by saying, when this river flows, it flows right up to the top of this wall here. That's how much water comes down from Harrow, picked up across Woodcote Park, and then flowing down here to the Falcon Way bridge.